her go.
If I had a heart, it would be broken. If my eyes could weep, I'd be blind. Look at what they've made of you. You're a god. You're a queen. But somehow the bees have you as a hostage. Do you even recognize me anymore?
I recognize the enemy.
No. Sister, it's me. Era. The Makers caught you, unraveled your mind. They're using you to kill us. The Queen of the Aphids, with her eye in the void. But I don't blame you. I blame them. You believe these are your children, but I am the only family you've got left. So choose our family, our people, or these parasites. Choose, Natah. Choose!
I am not Natah. I am the Lotus.
Reformation is accelerating. Our conduits are nearly ready. Our rebirth is at hand.
And the Golden Spear? How many battalions?
Still having lapses. Listen to me. That's the past. The old war. Tell her, Maker.
Yes, there is no spear, no. Natah. Era speaks. Master Era. He speaks true. The Oracle are gone. The bios are divided. Infighting over what remains. Only the Tenno.
The Tenno. The enemy.
Yes.
Made by you. To kill us.
Yes.
But you have something our people have never had before, Natah. You're stained by their wickedness. Use it. Use their sin against them.
They're listening.
Let them.
They know we are building.
It won't matter.
No, it won't.
So what are you waiting for? Sing for us, sister. Call them home!
Ordis has been counting stars, operator. All accounted for. An unexpected color combination, operator. My sensors are bleeding. Pleased.
We're ready, Natar.
So quiet. So dark.
It only needs a voice, a spark.
But Mother...
Mother's gone. This is all that remains. But you have her fire. And more. You can finish what she started.
Finish the war.
Bring peace. Bring purity.
On Lua, the Lotus, I attacked you.
remember.
You died.
You don't remember everything, then? Yes, your aphids wounded me, and our forces were depleting fast. I knew I had failed. Failed you, my sister. Failed our family. I had no choice but to retreat.
No. You were destroyed. The Tenno made sure of that.
You're still recovering. With all that the Makers did to you, it will take time to heal.
He is one of them, isn't he? A Maker.
Finish the war, Netar.
Ironclad. What did I just say? I don't even know. Left clicks or right clicks, huh? Reason why Twix would shut down. It was a viral war. Left Twix and right Twix. Twix was a very good candy company. Only rare selected few have a lot, and they're being extremely crowded and frozen. The reason they were shut down? A riot that killed 700 people. This riot took place about 30 years back, 2036. Now, we're gonna go to the beginning of the time when this all started. An undisclosed YouTuber that I don't even know the name of was one day asking his stream, left Twix or right Twix. Everybody went crazy. Most were actually civilized and didn't say a single thing about it because they were actually just wanting to watch the gameplay of whatever game he was playing. There is no archived footage of the stream as it was taken down due to the fact that this was horrifying for the public. You know, 700 people died in a riot between left Twix and right Twix. Any theory? Oh, holy crap! It's a killing machine. Anyway, yeah. Any events leading up to this point were already being speculated, as every now and then he would say left or right. And some people would respond, but even the people who responded didn't know a single thing about what he was talking about. So, the days went on and he finally asked the question that sparked it all. Then, in a car dealership, he wanted to meet up with his fans, leading up to the events in 2036. Now, when this riot ended up happening, what happened was that a bunch of people started fighting because they were actually just play fighting. That sounded really wrong, but they were
Extraction
play
is
fighting.
ready. Unless you can handle more of the enemy.
They were play
Continue to
fighting.
defend. You will be rewarded for your bravery.
When they were play fighting, one guy actually stabbed this man. Then another guy pulled out a gun. It seemed almost staged, but it was real. Then what had happened was, after those events had happened, what happened was the riot. Everyone from almost miles away drove all the way to the dealership in San Bernardino. When this ended up happening, it was kind of weird, seeing as this seemed so staged. No one would actually hurt someone. They were taken to the hospital where they later died. It seemed like devils. It seemed like the devil's time is here, but it's a plague game. They almost died in a seemingly playful, weird fashion. Not in a playful fashion, but they died in such a strange way that they would fight over left or right Twix. They assumed it was over a bigger ordeal, but soon people started punching, and then it started into a full-on riot. The cameramen and men, they immediately got punched. Both cameramen died at the scene. As there were 3 people with guns, they almost wiped out the entire place. But the scariest part of all was that he ended up committing suicide right then and there during all the fights. One man's arm was straight up ripped off by 5 people. This all seems crazy, but it was one of the most horrifying events anyone could ever witness. YouTuber himself is still alive. He doesn't make videos often, but he regrets everything he did for that one stupid question. As he quotes, "This question, I hate it. I don't ever want to know about the word Twix. I don't even want to hear about I don't even want to play a game that has a decision of left and right. I will most likely only play games that I know don't have to do with anything like that. I will most likely watch. My reactions will no longer be genuine, as I will only play games that I know what will happen." This led to the downfall of his channel, where he later ended up being sued by a man who was injured, and he is still alive today. He was shot twice in the chest and somehow managed to survive, suffering incredible injuries. He fought hard, and he's still alive to this day. But truly, why? Why would he ask such a question? Well, he said that when he was a kid, he would ask which one, left or right. And no one would reply because they thought it was some stupid joke that wasn't even funny. It was never a joke, it was a question. But since he pretty much knew almost no one who ate Twix, he quotes, "This, I love Twix at the time." And while he did love Twix, he later in another interview said that he never asked that question to anyone, but he would think about asking it to someone. But he wouldn't, because it would just sound stupid and really dumb. So he never really asked it to anyone. But, okay, but why such a hassle? Nobody to this day truly knows why, but in events, these are 5 pictures that were taken at the scene. Now there's police footage that was taken from the cameraman, and it is out there somewhere, but just not on this platform. But watching it is very painful, because someone did record on their phone, of a man's arm getting ripped off, which is Robert Williams. And no, I'm not talking about an actor, whoever that is, because for some odd reason I don't feel like searching up, but I think a guy named Robert Williams is a actor or some sort. And this was just one of the most horrifying events in history. There were about 1,500 people in the event. So almost 200 barely made it out alive. It's crazy to think how 700 people died that day. Some died in the ambulance because, well, the hospital was that was San Bernardino was packed already. We will truly never know why a man ended up stabbing one another, causing the entire thing to stop. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this breakdown of what happened on the night of September 8th, 2036. How we revisited it 30 years later. Thank you to all my Patreon supporters right here. They really helped me out,
Reinforcements
especially
available.
in the hard
Do you
times.
choose to leave now or continue fighting?
You're making waves, Dreamers. I can feel it.
Bro, I just created a whole storyline based on right Twix and left Twix and if it would happen, bro. I also am now just realizing that alright, let's just watch the next video. So there's a follow-up apparently. Hello, welcome to part 2 of what really went down during the left Twix and right Twix event. Now, I previously covered this topic and I recommend you watch that video before, watching it here. But basically, what happened was that there was a riot where 700 people died. Now this one won't go into more full in-depth things, but this isn't a follow-up. I just named it that. I don't know why. So if you really just don't want to watch about this, just click off already, because this is not even about the right Twix versus left Twix right. I already made a video on that, so yeah. Anyway, what we're here to talk about is the hold on. Okay, hold on, we're having technical difficulties.
Operator, the system needs you. Will you begin another mission?
Okay, so from my employee, we're being informed that we cannot actually talk about the Williams event. That one was too graphic to talk about on this platform. But what we will be talking about is the 234 death incident of Coachella. And this basically dives in. Now what I'm going to be talking about is fairly graphic, but still nonetheless, if you want to watch it, you can. Now, again, what we are going to be talking about necessarily is the Coachella 2020. No, not 2020. The 2027. Right, let me. Yeah. The 2037. Nah, the 2027 event of Coachella. Now, what makes this also horrifying is that also hundreds of people died in this incident, just like the Twix riot, but somehow this wasn't worse. One day in the Coachella event, Coachella herself ended up near the end of the song telling everyone to go wild, go crazy, and do whatever you feel free is necessary. This is the purge, baby. End quote. And after she said that, madness struck everywhere. All everywhere. Coachella herself was shot 41 times. She died. She died 12 seconds after she got shot. Nobody knows exactly who shot her, but we do know is that we dearly miss her. P.S. I've never watched Coachella, but I'm just saying this. Anyway, I forgot there was people. Anyway, what I'm saying is that in these events, what truly happened was that she said that, just like the left versus right Twix event, all she had to do was say something, not even do anything, not even just say anything. But that's the same way everything goes down in this world. A single thing is said, and you just don't know anymore. Maybe you never knew at all, but it was before you even knew. But if it was before, when you did know, that you said something, maybe that something would spark it. But anyway, what I'm going to be talking about is that the fact that 234 people died. Notice how it went in the order of 2, 3, 4. Well, in the order that it is 2, 3, 4. The fact that it was that number scares people. That it was inevitably planned. That she was going to kill herself by telling someone in the crowd to kill her with 41 gunshots. Now, nobody really knows how it was consecutive, as one survivor said that it was consecutive. Luckily, almost 800 people made it out, because obviously there was over 1,000 people. But once again, okay, never mind, hold on, I kind of got stuck in the script. Sometimes I get lost, but once again, 5 deaths were the most gruesome. One man bringing our senses back to Lizzie Borden by axe murdering a guy in half. No, not in half, but in 3 parts. His head, his upper body, and his legs. Technically 4 if you count that both his legs were separately cut off. But anyway, besides that gruesome death, another man, most of them were shot to death. Half, like a quarter of those people got stabbed to death. Now, nobody's to this day really knows why. But what we do know is that the fact that there was at least only 5 people who had reportedly seen someone pulling out a gun and shooting at Coachella. Although the man was never identified, she drew a sketch, but obviously she's not an artist, so it was so bad no one could even know. And she was actually shamed for it and sued because the drawing was so bad, and everyone's Coachella fan wanted justice. But half of her fan base just turned into a rebel force, rebellious against her. The fact that she said go wild, this is the purge. Now what strikes people the most is the fact that she said this is the purge. As a year later, the purge actually ended up happening. But this is the 21st century, so as expected, this literally happened in the 20th century, like I just said, sorry. So almost 75% of people, the fact that she said that a year before, or no, a year after, I don't even know. I already forgot. The script keeps going up. This is not part of the script. It's kind of like the TV show script, but yeah. She pretty much she said that, and that was such a big coincidence that everyone said that she wanted that to happen, that she wanted people to kill themselves and other people. Now it is crazy. Now a lot of people speculated that it was a certain group that told her to do that, or else they would kill her and her only. And a lot of people said that that theory is valid, but there's one more point that they're missing, is the fact that if they would do that, that the group would have double crossed her and asked her for some money, as she's probably very popular. Now, I don't even want to research this because of the fact that I absolutely do not care for Coachella, but with all due respect, she did pass away in vain. So, I don't know how to use that word, so I said that. I'm sorry, I wrote the script myself. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is that this event was also horrifying. If you were there, I don't know. Now, there were actually more pictures and more videos taken, and they uploaded it, like, once again, not on this platform. It's somewhere out there, but just not on this platform. But that brings me to the end of my conclusion. That brings me to my conclusion. That this event was also horrifying, just as the left and right Twix event. Now, once again, here's my Patreon supporters. If you support them, support me, because they support me, and you should support them because they're supporting you by telling you to support me, because they're supporting me. Now go and do it, now. And goodbye. Bro, that was epic. Storyline. Woo. I created 2 storylines. 3. There's an alternate universe that I created just by saying that It's Me James had a girlfriend. Just by saying that. Another one. Buys the dust. Bum, bum, bum. Another one.
Navigation has been updated. Invasions. Chaos is spreading.
I'm gonna do this just because. Rebecca, I'm just gonna see that. Alright, end the stream.